Hey, welcome to Tammy's Talks Tuesday, and it is try number 2. Now I'm on my data on my cell phone, so I don't know how long that my data will last. I cannot look at my tablet.
Oh
I cannot look at my tablet for comments because my tablet, I don't seem to have Wi-Fi at home. My Wi-Fi seems to have disappeared. Unfortunately, we are having a storm. Yeah. Hi, Mary. Leslie's back. Right now I'm on my data. Yeah, see, my tablet says connected to the internet with no internet. So I can't read the comments there. So if I miss comments, I'm going to have to bump the phone once in a while to check the comments because I can't do it unless John watches my live on his phone and tells me what everybody's commenting.
That would eat my data though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you use your data more than I do, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was showing you how to do this. Thank you, Mary. I'm glad you love my art. I appreciate that very much. So I'm going to, as I was showing before, before we got cut off and I had to start over. I was showing the mottling layers that I do, and I was showing the sponges. So I will re-show that now in case, because I don't think that the other video will upload, but it might, you never know. So I use 4 different layers of mottling usually, but they're different strengths. Some are really thin. Leslie said to blame you for the internet.
That's why I said it's not my fault. You should tell them that. It wasn't me that messed it up. I like bombing your videos, but I wouldn't shut the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah, he would never shut the Wi-Fi off and mess it up. But luckily, I think I have enough data that I can do this and get my live up. Anyway, even if we only do a shorter live than usual, right? That's okay too. So anyway, I do like 4 types of mottling myself. That's what I do. Sometimes I only do 2. Sometimes I do 3. Jen says you broke it. Oh, goodness.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I do different mottling layers. Sometimes I do, it depends on the color of the vinyl, how many mottling layers I will do on each kit. Now, this is just my way of doing it. I am not a professional, well, I'm not a professional artist. I've never got that label. I've only been doing this for 3 years, but this works for me, and I like the way the results are at the end. And my customers seem to like the results at the end as well. So that's an even bigger bonus. So I use my first layer of 2 layers. The way I do it is I keep sponges in these baggies, and each baggie has a color code on the top. And then my layers of mottling have a color code sticker on them as well. So then I know which mottling color goes with which sponge. So I have done a couple layers of mottling on these 3 kits already, but I don't know if you can see it. Brooklyn and Dawson are grateful for your art. Oh, thank you, Jen. I'm glad. They turned out really nice. I really liked making them. So you can sort of see, it's hard to see in this light, the first layer. Very, very faint. Thanks, Leslie, for sharing my video, even if John is present. He's just laying back there in bed. He's watching TV, as you can see, but it's on nice and quiet. He probably can't even hear it because he's deaf. So
what?
Yeah, exactly. What? He can't even hear his own TV, but that's okay. Are you going to let me know when the Wi-Fi's back on?
I wasn't going to.
Oh, okay, because then I could connect up my tablet
I'm
as
on
well.
4G too, so.
Okay.
LTE, whatever you call it.
So anyway, I'm going to add a little bit of mottling to these 3 kits from these ones. Now,
Still out.
I was just going to test this red and see how thick it is, like how heavy it looks. And yeah, it's way too thick, like way too strong. So I'm going to add some a little bit more thinner to make it a thinner, like almost a wash. It's like a red wash. So I keep my thinner in a little bottle so I don't have to use the big giant bottle. So it's more like a little wash. So I take my sponge like this, and I've already got it, the little holes ripped out in my sponge. And I get it damp with paint. And okay, Basil, thank
Shut up,
you.
Bird. Mom's doing a live.
John. Why is she spazzing out all of a sudden? Ugh.
Basil, give it up.
Okay, Basil, thank you.
Oh, that's what I had to do. Say thank you.
Welcome, she said. Now she's out there laughing. What a horrible bird.
She just knows you're doing a live.
Probably.
I'm not doing my part by wrecking your videos so the bird has to.
Yeah, yeah, you're being quiet, so the bird has to irritate me instead. Okay, so I take this and I just gently dab randomly all over the kit. Peekaboo, I hear you, bird. Like that, and it will dry. Now, literally, if I put it on there's how light it is. You see how light? When I'm dabbing it on the kit, it's literally that light that's going on to the kit in a sense. Very, very faint. Because I don't want it super, super heavy and prominent and like jumping out at you. You just want it nice and light. So it's a very easy thing to do. You just dab all over the kit. Here in rando spots. And I turn my sponge here and there while I'm doing my mottling, because you don't want your mottling to be like all the same shape all the time that as you're going along. You want it to bounce it around. Now, another thing I do with my mottling layer is I will take my fine little paintbrush and I just dab it on the paper towel real quick, and then I do a light coat of each mottling layer on the fingernails. Very, very faint light coat on each mottling layer, and that's how I slowly build up my nails, the same way that I slowly build up my skin, your skin layers, the depth of your skin layers. So yeah, I use that on those, and I forgot to do it. Down you go. I also normally do a little bit on the belly button. If there's a belly plate, I will use the mottling layer to tone the belly button, just to give the belly button some where the knot is, give it some color. So I use all the layers on that to build up the belly button as well. And you can see the marks of the mottling there as they're drying slowly. See, it's not filling the whole thing. It's just almost like leopard print in a sense, but not really. But I go very, very lightly with that on every limb. So there's what I do for mottling. I have air conditioning in the house. My house stays all year at like 22, isn't it, John?
Yeah, 22.
Yeah, our house stays at 22, winter and summer, so the humidity doesn't affect the inside of the house at all.
Yeah, but don't forget to donate, because we need better internet.
We're not donating. Ignore that. But yeah, I haven't had a problem with the humidity because of the fact that we have the air conditioning, and our furnace is just set at 21 all year. It either keeps it cool at 21, or it either keeps it as cool at 21 degrees, or we get
It's weird because at 22, where we keep it, in the wintertime it feels warm, in the summertime it feels cold. But it's the same temperature.
Yeah.
Mind you, I think it was 40 outside today, so that might be part of it. But.
Yeah, we're actually, I guess, our area, so be careful, Leslie, because you live here in London too. Our area is actually under a tornado watch, is what my son said. So.
Oh, Andrew's lying. We're not under tornado watch.
We're not?
I already checked. No, it's only a severe thunderstorm warning.
Okay, so we're under severe thunderstorm warning right now.
Yeah, just 100-kilometer-an-hour winds and dime-sized hail.
So I wouldn't know if the humidity does affect the paint or not, but I will ask that question next time I talk to Shelly, who is the one that mixes these particular paints at McPherson's. What is that? A piece of paper. So, before I go much further, I wanted to show you something I ordered for myself at some point, to make for myself at some point. I got myself the Rosalie Sculpt. Now, isn't that a beautiful little face? Look at that lip. I love her lips. So I have gotten myself Rosalie. So that's her head. And then her one hand is like a little fist. It's getting gloomy looking out there. And another little fist.
I'll check the radar.
It's still bright though in some area.
Yeah.
Depending on what direction you look.
I don't think we're going to get hit that bad.
And then she has the little froggy legs. Her little bent up froggy legs. And that's
Doors
one
to
foot.
fastest.
And the other foot. Look at how spread apart her little toes are. So cute. So yeah, I got myself the Rosalie Sculpt to make for myself. It's kind of one of my dream sculpts was the Rosalie. So my plan for the Rosalie is to paint her myself and then send her head off to a lady that paints hair really, really well. And she doesn't, like, she lives a few hours from us. But she paints really, really well with the painted hair. I just adore it. I have it on a couple of my babies. So I want to see if she will paint the hair. So all I'd have to do is just ship her the head, and then she could paint the hair on it for me, and then I can put her together when she comes back. So yeah, that's what I'm hoping to be able to do with her, is get her head painted by this specific artist that I love the way she paints hair. So yeah. So this is my twin B's little foot. Or yeah, twin B. Last time I painted live with you guys, I was painting a twin A. Look at that. So it's kind of nifty. I'm amazed we haven't heard from our children. Well, the one's gone. He went out. But I'm amazed we haven't heard from our daughter down the stairs yet that
She's a groundhog.
the internet has gone in.
Hello?
So, but yeah, the weather is pretty icky here. It was so muggy hot all weekend. Elena was a little fish in her pool all weekend long. Whenever she wasn't, Daddy took her to the splash pad quite a bit this weekend too, but you know, only for a couple hours each day, and then she'd come back here, and as soon as she was back here, she'd plop herself back in that pool, and that's where she'd spent the rest of the day, was in the pool. And we just kept reapplying sunscreen, and man, oh man, that little girl's getting one heck of a tan, I tell ya. One heck of a tan. Okay, so let's see what we've missed here. My wee reborn cradle says, hi, it's super hot here too. We're under a heat warning. I'm in northern Manitoba. It's 34 degrees Celsius now, but it was hotter around noon. Wow, yeah, that's pretty warm. Leslie says it's thundering, thundering right now. Yeah, we're in Ontario, and it's muggy, muggy, muggy here. And then my wee born cradle says, hi, Leslie. I used to live in Ontario when I was a toddler. Cool. Oh, you lived in Belleville. I've been there. I kept wanting to call it Bellevue. John would correct me while we were there. It's not Bellevue, honey. It's Belleville. And I'm like, oops.
It's Temiskaming.
Stop. Yeah, another town that I screwed up the name of. Was
Called Tecumseh.
It's called Tecumseh, and I always call it Temiskaming. I don't know, I can't. I just, yeah, it's just my mental moment. I just have a mental moment every once in a while. So.
I sidetrack her a lot.
Well, here's something interesting, too. I sent a package to my friend, a different Leslie. My friend Leslie that lives in North Carolina. I send her a package once a year. We didn't last year because of COVID, because we were scared our packages would get lost in the mail, so we didn't bother last year. We just held on to the stuff and sent each other bigger boxes this year. What her and I do is we buy for each other all year long, and my birthday's in April, her birthday's in May, so we picked June, and every June we pack up a box full of stuff that we've collected over the year, and we send it to each other. It's just our little birthday thing for each other. So we sent each other a package last weekish, and she got hers yesterday. So from Canada to North Carolina, she got hers yesterday, and mine hasn't updated. The tracking has not updated since the 25th of June, and it seems to be stuck in Florida, not going anywhere. So really bizarre, absolutely bizarre. Oh, your parents are from Belleville? Oh, that's cool.
Bellevue.
It's Belleville. Stop it. Yeah, he's trying to mess me up. I remember my wee reborn cradle says, I remember the humidity in Ontario in the summers. We would visit every summer. We're from Sorrento, actually, or the way my parents say it, Dursa Anta. And Leslie says she adopted a dog from Belleville. And I really hate having to read these comments off my phone because I keep shaking my phone trying to read them. My wee born cradle says, oh, nice. Your BD idea sounds fun.
Oh
no! And my wee reborn cradle, I hope you get your package soon. Yeah, it's fun to do the birthday exchange every year, you know, and she being in the US and me being here, she'll say to me, is there any candy you want to try or any snacks? Like she'll send me chips or whatever. She loves Kinder Eggs, so I always make sure I collect her up Kinder Eggs and I send her Kinder Eggs. Well, she got her package, like I said, yesterday, and she opened it with me on video. I just sent her, she just video chatted me, and she opened it while we were on video. So I'm waiting for my box to get here, because, like, I really want to open it. And we were testing to see, because last time, I think I sent mine about 3 days before she sent hers. So this time we were like, let's see, because we're always talking about how long it takes for stuff to get places, right? Lately, because of this, you know, virus thing. So I said to Leslie, this is an interesting test to see if going from Canada to North Carolina is quicker than going from North Carolina to Canada. And it is. It's quicker to ship from Canada to North Carolina than it is to ship from North Carolina to Canada. For some reason, it is really held up in Florida. It literally has not updated at all since the 25th. I even checked Canada Post and went from that side instead of just track my package, which is international. I went to the Canada Post one and it just says waiting. So it's still waiting to receive the package. They have not received it to put it into their system yet. So it's absolutely crazy. I do not understand why it does that, but it does that. Jen says, I haven't went to Ontario since 2012. Wow. And Leslie, I still can't believe I missed out on my Pebbles Reborn. Yes! Oh, that was so sad. Leslie wanted me to make her the Pebbles from McPherson's. And we were discussing it and talking about it and stuff. And, you know, like we had planned on what we were going to do it at some point, but we weren't sure exactly when. And she was like, you know, considering it and probably saving up for it, I'm sure, right, Leslie, to buy the kit. And so we were actually, the last thing we were discussing was eyes and where we were going to buy them, because at the time McPherson was pretty sold out on a lot of their eyes. And so we were discussing that, and then next thing you know, Leslie checks McPherson's site and Pebbles kit is sold out, and she couldn't get one. Now, is it sold out, Leslie, or is it just waiting for it to be restocked? Because I don't know, like maybe it might, they might restock it, or is that a sold out, like a limited edition kit? I don't remember. I don't remember that, but yeah, I was sad that it sold out. Put something either. Okay, sorry if I keep bumping the camera, but I don't want to miss all you guys' comments. Oh yeah, another thing I do too with my wash, or like with my different layers of mottling, is I will color inside a little bit of the color inside each nostril. That one went in a little thick. There we go. Get that out. So I do inside of each nostril. I will do a little bit on the eyelid. Just a little wash on the eyelid, a little bit. Just some little touches kind of thing. And then I always do the inside of the mouth, and if the mouth is open, and the lips. And I build up the lips that way, and then at the end I use a lip color to finish the lips. But I like to try to build up the lips with a little bit of the different colors that I go through. Whoop! That went on the floor. There we go. There we go. I'll have to get that out from the table later. I'm not crawling under the table now. Just not. So yeah, I add just a light layer of the color, and it's so hard to see. But it's very, very light, and like it's just literally, it's a wash. It's a very light wash. Sometimes McPherson's will surprise me with their restocks. Yeah, me too. It's a limited kit. Oh, that's a bummer. And yes, it was a sweet Down syndrome kit for sure. Sometimes they have sales on kits that were in the cart or saved but never purchased. Not often though. Oh, okay. Oh, so, okay. Yeah, I wondered about that. How they do that kind of stuff. Like when people add something to your cart. See, I don't go in and add anything to my cart unless I'm actually going to make a purchase, which I need to do that. I need to, the next time I get in some money, I need to restock on some more kits for sale kits. So this is, what kit is this? I don't remember. Ethan, I think. Yeah, my Reborn Cradle says Pebbles is sweet. Yeah, it's this very sweet kit, isn't it? Yeah, I like that kit too. I can't wait for my Nino. I heard, oh, and here, see, I'm sidetracking myself here. John's not even responsible this time. I'm sidetracking myself.
Wait, bubble plop.
Oh, I said you're not responsible. I'm sidetracking myself because I forgot to do something else on the last head.
Oh, sorry. Didn't hear you. I was deaf.
I know you're deaf. He's deaf. Leslie said, good idea. I will keep checking. And then
I am whatever she tells me
Jennifer
I am.
Costello. Hi, Jennifer. And my Reborn Cradle says, I used to keep my eye on the sales very often, and I'm just a collector, not an artist, but I have a couple artist friends, but I've never looked in ages. I get myself into trouble. Yeah. Oh, how many babies do you have, my Reborn Cradle? Because I sold a bunch of babies, and I'm now back pretty much up to where I was before I sold my babies. I'm like, what the heck's going on here? Why do I have so many babies again? Can't believe I'm collecting them again that fast, the way I was before. Okay. So another spot I forgot to do on the... I'm eating fresh cherries right now. Oh, I bought some a little while ago. Fresh cherries. So another spot I forgot to do that I do with all my mottling layers is inside the ear. So I just do in the ear canal area. You have over 80, my wee Reborn Cradle? Wow. But it's higher. I have over 100. I just can't part with any. Oh, yeah, I hear ya. I had to part with some, but... cherries, they are very yummy. But yeah, I've parted with a few babies over the last, well, I parted with quite a few back in March to purchase, February, March-ish, to purchase the, oh geez, now I can't even think of her name, to purchase my little silicone. So, yeah,
Come on, Wi-Fi. No. Still out.
yeah, I know. Yeah, our Wi-Fi's still out. So, yeah, I do inside the nose, the lips, the mouth, and a little on the eyes. And then, like I said, in the ear canal is my second spot that I like to put a little more color in. It's in part of the ear so that it, where's my, there it is. So I do that, and it builds up the color in the ear just the same as it builds up the skin tones. So they actually complement it, you know, by going with each layer. So, okay, come here, you. So I forgot to do her ears. Of course I did. Or his ears. Sorry, he's going to be a boy. Normally a twin A and a twin B end up being girls. But, well, you see more girls than you do boys with twin A and twin B. But my twin B, because this one's going to be my baby, is going to be a boy because he has a twin sister. I don't know why I like my twins to be fraternal twins, but I do. I don't know, I just can't see myself purchasing two outfits, you know, like buying two of one outfit, because that to me would just be almost a waste of money. Or I'd feel like I was wasting my money, even though I have a set of twin dolls, but I don't know. Buying one outfit at a time is good for me. So, let's see if anybody's commented. Alright. Leslie Halo says, I bought strawberries today. Love strawberries. My wee Reborn Cradle says, I have some blank kits too and reborning supplies. I just need the time and the space, which I'll have when my son grows older and moves out. My empty nest phase will be for my reborn hobby. Good luck. Good luck with that. I say that with sarcasm because I thought the same thing too. We had an empty nest. How long did our empty nest last, dear?
Well, our daughter, I said she can come over for a couple of days, and
She
asked
came
me
back.
when we were picking up the U-Haul.
Yeah, she came back. Okay, so
Our son lives
I think
there
we
now.
had an empty nest for about 3 months, and then
Well,
our son moved back.
Andrew went away to work in Sudbury, and all we said was that finally we get the house to ourselves, and Megan moved in the next day.
Yeah, we literally got our son left, and we ended up with more kids. Our daughter and our son-in-law in the house now too. Strawberries are good though too. Yeah, you're beautiful today. Thank you, Jennifer Costello. That's so sweet of you to say. And Addie's Pumpkin Reborn Nursery. Hi, welcome. Yeah, so good luck with your empty nest because we were looking forward to it too.
Too
Our
expensive.
youngest Megan, she's now 22 years old, and our son has moved out, moved back, moved out, moved back, moved out, moved back, moved out, moved back so many times. It's not even funny. From the time he was what?
Well,
18.
from the time the spark died.
Yeah, well, he was 18
Right.
when he started moving back and forth. But he moved back last year in March for a couple months. Last year in
Can
March.
I tell the story, okay? Our son, whenever he was like 16,
I don't know if they can hear you.
Okay, well, maybe they can hear me. They probably can. I'll just yell. Okay, so our son, whenever he was 16, he moved out. And he
Yeah.
moved in with this girl. And she woke him up at 2 o'clock in the morning and said, "You have to leave." And he's like, "But why?" She says, "The spark died."
Yeah.
So he calls us at like 2 o'clock in the morning to come get him, move him all out of there, right? Because the spark died.
Yeah, his spark died in his
Yeah, that was
relationship, and
funny.
she kicked him out at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Mm.
Yeah, but yeah, so our son moved back and forth, back and forth. Our daughter moved out 3 years ago, and just they ran into some financial difficulty, and due to COVID and everything, so they ended up moving back
Due to
here.
the Canadian government.
Yeah, because so yeah, so good luck with the empty nest because we were looking forward to that, and it didn't last. Oh, and not just the youngest two have moved back. Our daughter Jessica, she is 26, no,
Mhm.
27. Yeah, Jesse's 27.
Yeah.
And she moved back home for about a year. She was here about a year
Yeah,
with
almost
her
a year, yep.
with her fiance. So yeah, like they may leave, but they come back. They come back. They're like a plague. They come back. Like this plague, anyways, that's going on. It keeps coming back with a new strain. They bring home a fiance or a kid or.
Everything's so expensive.
It's-
just a simple breakup.
Yeah, it's the rent. A simple
Daughter or son
breakup.
can't afford to live.
Yeah, people can't. Yeah, people can't afford to live alone
Expensive.
anymore. Like
No.
Andrew can't afford an apartment in this city because the apartment rents are so high
He
that
can't afford a house either,
he
'cause
can't
it's
afford
like-
to pay rent by himself. He'd actually have to get a roommate.
Yeah.
But oh well. I mean, we don't mind having our kids live at home, as long as they look after, like clean up after themselves and look after themselves. I may not have an empty nest for too long. Not the way the prices are going for kids, our young people to be able to rent. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The rental fees or prices
Even
are
to
crazy.
buy, like what 22-year-old can afford $500,000?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
What
like
22-year-old can afford to buy a house at $500,000? So, no way. Hi, Tina's Reborns. Yes, my reborn cradles, you're right. The price of housing these days is outrageous. Leslie's still trying to get her Pebbles kit. Keep trying, Leslie. Somebody might have it and be willing to sell it to you. If you get that kit, honey, I'll reborn it for you. Not a problem.
I'll do it.
Okay, my reborn cradle said she could hear you.
Okay.
No, and Leslie, she doesn't have that kit. Oh, that's a bummer. Oh, she does, but it's already been painted. Yeah. It's harder nowadays. Prices are crazy on stuff. Yes, you're right. Tina's Reborn's prices are outrageous these days.
Yep.
On everything. Not just rent, on food too. Oh, and My Reborn Cradles, you have the Patience Kit. That's another Down syndrome one. It's different, than Pebbles. Just, keep looking, Leslie. If you find the Pebbles kit, have it shipped to you, and then you can just let me know, and we can either meet for coffee or something like that, and you can bring it with you and stuff like that. I can drink a pop when we go for coffee or a hot chocolate. He's like, you don't drink coffee, which I don't. I don't like coffee.
I do, though.
Yeah, John drinks coffee, and he'd have to come with us because I don't drive. He's my driver. Whoa, the air conditioner just came on, and it's right by it's right under my painting table, and I'm starting to get really cold.
Yeah, but in the wintertime, it'd be really warm.
Yeah, I'll be toasty warm sitting here. I'll be having hot flashes sitting here painting in the wintertime. Oh, goodness. Too funny. Gary's at work, Bird.
Gary's dead.
Don't tell her that. Gary's at work, Birdie. Gary's at work. So, yeah. My bird asks, where's my uncle? Yeah, Gary's at work. Whoop. I don't want that much paint on that. So, yeah. So, it's crazy now what, the rental prices are unbelievable. I can't get over how much it costs just, because we were looking at apartments for, because our son moved back home, our daughter was back at home. Our daughter was thinking, well, maybe the three of them could, get an apartment together. And, she could find roommates, basically. They'd all become roommates. And yeah, they even doing that with 3 people chipping in to pay the rent, it just wasn't gonna be enough. It would still be very expensive, even with 3 people splitting the rent 3 ways. It would have been still really expensive.
Yeah, our dollar's becoming useless.
Thank you, Jen, to keep your eye out for a Pebbles kit. That'd be great. And then you can let me know. Jen can message me anytime, and I can let Leslie know. Yeah, I'd rather be too cold than too hot too. I've been going through the hot flashes a lot lately. Costco was hot today. Oh, I bet. Was it crowded in Costco? Gosh, it gets crowded in that store. I've never
with
seen.
that AC on there, you're starting to steam over there.
No, I'm not. It says I'm starting to steam over
It's like
here.
steam coming out of your feet.
Oh. My feet are ice cold. I don't know how there could be any steam coming out of them. They're literally
It's because of your
frozen.
smoking hot body, honey.
Aw, you're so sweet. My smoking hot body. My smoking fat COVID body. That's what I have now.
The smoking hot body's making you steam up.
Yep. I ate too much during this lockdown time. Way too much. Rent out the trailer in the laneway. Good idea, Leslie.
You probably could. $600 a month. The cheapest thing around.
Yeah. Yeah, I could rent that out during the summer anyways.
Yeah, fully rent.
Diana says, hi, Tammy and John and Bertie. Hi, Diana. Yeah, we could probably rent out our trailer. I remember as a teenager, a boy I dated for a little while, he actually lived in a pop-up camper trailer in his grandmother's laneway in Muskoka, where I grew up.
We can do that? It's got 2 beds. We could move Andrew
and Megan out there.
Half and half, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure she'd want to share a trailer with her brother. Not. There's no privacy there. But yeah, I dated a guy who lived he just lived in it in his grandmother's laneway. But he used his grandmother's inside of her house. He used her bathroom. He used her hydro in the trailer. she cooked for him and brought him out
You
food.
may as well just lived inside the house then.
Yeah, but at least out there he could have friends over, and she didn't see who was coming and going from the house all the time.
Ah,
Yeah.
Grandma wanted time with Grandma.
I don't know if there was a grandpa, but
Oh.
yeah. So we had a total of 10 people a minute ago, and then they all left. They're very quick to check people out. That's awesome for Costco. I have to go pick up my fiance from work. Have a great evening. Stay cool. And we will stay cool. Thank you so much, and drive safe to pick up your fiance. Have a good day. Rest of your day.
Adios, amigos.
Stop sweeping your foot on the floor. It's driving me nuts.
You can hear that?
Yes, I can hear that.
Wow, you're really good at hearing.
John has a nervous thing that he
It's a twitch.
swings his leg. If he's laying on the bed, he's got one foot on the floor and one foot
It's dragging
on the
along
bed,
the side of the
and
bed
he's
rail.
swishing his foot back and forth.
Yeah, it's dragging along the side of the bed rail, up and down, up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
And Tammy's getting annoyed.
It irritates me. I can hear it from far
Yeah.
away. Ugh, drives me nuts. So, but yeah.
So she tells me it bothers me, and I believe it. 'Cause she knows what's good for her.
I know it's good for you.
Yeah.
I don't think most men would agree with you on that point, but
Well, I mean, like, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even know how to get dressed in the morning.
if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have clean laundry. He'd be buying new clothes all the time.
Sometimes I say, like I want to do something, whatever, and she's like, no, you do it. And I'm like, okay.
When I first met him, he had like 30 t-shirts, and I couldn't understand why he had so many t-shirts, and it was because he didn't like to do laundry. So he'd just go buy new shirts every time he needed clean shirts.
That was back then when there was money.
Back when you had money, yeah. We don't have any money now.
Government takes them all.
So this baby here is the baby I'm making for Jen that's watching this video. This is your baby, Jen. Yeah, give me a thumbs up, everybody. All 5 of you that are here.
And don't forget to donate because we need internet.
We're not donating. Stop. What planet are
we
you
need
from?
better internet, though. This thing here is still off.
I know our internet's still out, but it's probably out like all over the whole
Supposed to
city.
be getting like 150 megabytes a second here.
We're getting 0 megabytes per
Getting
second.
0. They charge us for this stuff.
Oh, our son's back.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
He's back. He's like a plague all on his own. He's gonna come back and then he's gonna be like, our internet's out.
Yep. He'll be saying, I'm surprised that her daughter hasn't come up yet. Say that.
I'm shocked too because Jordan's home from work too. So
Usually whenever it goes out, the first, like, the kids message me first and like, Dad, the internet's out, can you fix it?
yeah, the internet goes out. That's the first. Something. The funny thing is Megan lives down in the basement, and we barely ever even hear from her. Like, her room's downstairs. We barely ever hear from her. But if the internet's out, if you're wondering if your daughter's still down there and alive, she'll like come running the minute the internet's out and say, the internet's not working. Did you know? It's like, yeah, we know. But she was upstairs earlier to talk to me, John, so she knew that it was looking like it was going to storm soon.
What the heck?
That's why Tanya went and picked Jordan up at work today.
That's Andrew. Says, has Mom done her live? I say,
No. Well, I'm not done my live.
But it's okay. I've already wrecked it.
It's okay. You can interrupt it. You can't do any worse than I have.
He says, okay, I'll come through the back door.
My bird just said someone's gonna die, bird. Good one, Basil. You're on the ball today, girl.
Yeah, you tell him.
Oh, I love that bird sometimes.
Just keep it clean. I know some of the words you can say.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Someone's gonna die, bird. That's right. Sometimes she has very comedic timing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
People are getting $200 an hour for people to swim in their backyard pool. Oh my gosh, we don't have a pool. We should have got a pool. Then we could have charged, the people could have paid.
All the neighbors?
Yeah, they would have paid to take a swim to cool off. That's genius.
It's like $1.25 to go just down the street.
Yeah, but the public pools aren't open.
Oh.
I don't think, because of, the restriction.
That'd be so mean to charge someone $200 because they want to go for a swim.
Yeah, but if it's a stranger and you don't know the person.
I still wouldn't do that. That's taking advantage of a fake pandemic.
No, it's taking advantage of the heat. That's what it's taking advantage of.
Yeah.
And people can't, if they don't have a car to get all the way to the beach, which is a long drive from here.
I would just say, hey, look, just donate so I can get better internet and you can use my pool.
You can use that's charging people to use your pool.
No, it's donating. It's different.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's been hot enough where everybody wants to be swimming, that's for sure. I mean, I think I talked most of the weekend to John about, if we got rid of that fire pit over there in the yard, we could put a pool there, above ground pool.
I was looking on Kijiji today for a pool. Just out of like not even thinking. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just see how much it is for a pool on Kijiji.
So you see there, he was looking for a used pool today.
It was hot.
Because he was sitting outside smoking his cigarettes. He smokes. So I make him stay outside with this stinky ass habit. Oh, watch my mouth. Sorry about that. Looks like we're down to 2 people. Everybody's gone away, busy, or losing their internet.
I'll go with losing their internet.
Could be.
Or it's because I'm talking in the background. They're like, this guy knows like nothing.
So we're getting this last bit of mottling done on this last kit. And usually what I do is I let this layer of mottling dry, and then I'll do another layer of the purple and I'll let that air dry, and then I'll bake it. I like to do more than one layer. I like to do more than one layer of paint before I do a bake, because you don't want to overbake your vinyl either. I always worry about weakening it too much. I know if you bake, the head, for instance, when you're baking a head, you stand the head on a neck in the oven, and then sometimes like the neck will go and it'll shrink. It'll flatten out. Now you can pop it back out, easy peasy. Pardon you.
I'm going outside.
Of all the times to burp.
Bye, guys.
I mean, the head goes back to normal shape again later, but it just takes a lot, and especially like when you stuff it and stuff, it will go back to normal, but you just worry that you could damage I don't know if you actually can or not, but I worry that could possibly happen. So I try not to over bake, but I bake, I'll do 2 layers and then I'll bake, and then I'll do 2 more layers and then I'll bake. So yeah, so there we go. They're all done and ready for the next layer of mottling to go on, and then they'll go into the oven and have a nice bake to get all the mottling baked right on in there. So yeah, well, your internet's fine. Ours is out. We're through Rogers. We're not through Rogers. We're through another company, but our internet goes through the Rogers lines. So they piggyback off the Rogers lines. So if the Rogers goes out, but for some reason, where our internet connects is in the backyard of our neighbor's house, like where we connect, where our line comes from to go to our house. And for some reason, when it storms and rains, it shorts out back there. I don't know if it's just because it gets wet from the rain or what. I mean, it didn't rain very hard here or very long, because it's wet, but not very wet outside. I mean, anywhere a tree covers the ground, it didn't get wet. It's dry. The road's dry under a tree, so it didn't rain hard enough to come through the trees. That would be kind of cool, Leslie, to get eyes that open and shut on the reborns. That would be kind of cool. Except the only thing is they'd only close their eyes when you lay them down, and they'd open their eyes when you sat them up. Just like the dolls, from when we were kids, right? But I don't know how that would actually really work. I don't know, but that would be kind of neat. It'd be something to, if someone was creative like that, could create something like that. Interesting. Then every kit would be an open-eyed kit, technically, because everyone would want to use the eyes that open and shut, right? Rather than eyes that don't open and shut. So, that's an interesting idea, Leslie. You should maybe market it and see how it goes. See if people are interested. Try and sell it, the idea. So, there we go. That's got that layer done. And I always take the air out of my bag. And there. Put it over with the rest. So there we go. That is my painting tip for this week on mottling. But like I said, everybody mottles different. Everybody does a different amount of mottling on their kits. And that's what I do. I probably will be doing a purple layer on here as well. A little, because it's a bit darker of a purple. I don't know. The red did a nice job. So I might skip the purple. See, like I said, I choose and I pick, and yeah, I might skip it. I don't know for sure yet. But yeah, well, there you go. There is our little tip for today. So I think I'm going to say goodbye and get off my data so I don't kill my data completely. And next Tuesday, we will be back at 5 p.m. again to do a Tammy Talks Tuesday next Tuesday. So if you want to join us, we would love to have you next Tuesday. So everybody, stay safe and smile, and share a smile with a friend. Bye.